year, Xfinity editors gather together to debate the very best entertainment from the entire year. And we mean all of our editors. TV, movies, music, kids, sports, news, LGBTQ, Latino, international, Black experience, and gaming. We all came together and ranked the 100 best of everything that happened in entertainment in 2021, from the return of Bennifer and Steve Burns' Blue Clues apology to Bo Burnham's quarantine Netflix special and a video game Scott and I play until 3 o'clock in the morning regularly called Knockout City. It's always a very heated debate, but we've come up with what we believe to be the definitive list of the not only the 100 best, but the 10 best pieces of entertainment this year. And now we will review or reveal that list to you. Let's look at numbers 10 through 6 first. Coming in at number 10, Tiger from HBO Max. This was a 2-part Tiger Woods docuseries that premiered back in January. So you might have forgotten about it, but this is the whole year, 12 months, so worth mentioning. The movie Judas and the Black Messiah, which was a huge Oscar darling and earned actor Daniel Kaluuya an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Number 8 is Lil Nas X's song Montero, Call Me By Your Name. Lil Nas X had an amazing year. He split his pants while pole dancing on SNL. And Montero, he danced up on the devil. It was super cool. A lot of attention for that. 7, Dune on HBO Max. We all love a Timothée Chalamet, and this sci-fi epic really captured a lot of attention back in October, I believe. And number 6 is WandaVision from Disney Plus. I know a bunch of us are big fans of WandaVision, a total mind bender, and really kicked off this like Marvel universe on Disney Plus, which led to a lot of great stuff from Loki and Falcon and Winter Soldier and what's now Hawkeye. So that's 10 through 6. Any thoughts so far on this ranking?
Well, first, I think it's Timothée Chalamet.
What did I say?
Just for the Chalamet.
You said editors.
Like a challenge.
Yeah.
You said editors.
I think we're saying the same thing, Rose.
Trying to protect you. No,
Chalamet.
She's trying to protect you. She's trying to protect you from his team coming after you.
Yes. his
Hear a
tiny
knock
little
on your door.
Timothy C, back down.
Yeah.
There's scans out there. They might come for you. I'm just looking out for you, David. But
I'm not
back
worried.
to the list.
I'm not worried. Thoughts on this before we get into 5 through 1?
Not a whole lot to say.
No.
We saw Lil Nas X at the MTV Music Awards, and it was incredible. One of the better performances of the night. And yeah, so just great to see him up here. And I think it was a good choice. And I have mixed feelings about Dune. I saw a screening of that with some friends who were like very big fans of the book, and they were like, this is great, whatever. But I was just like, a lot of desert.
What about the cinematic beauty?
It was beautiful. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, it's a lot of time for very little that happened. But that's just my opinion. Don't at me.
It's like a tough call. There's only one other movie that made the top 10. We'll get to that in a second. But Dune was an event movie, and they made us wait all year for it. I don't think it let us down. But the scope and the ambition of it, and there will be a sequel. I was happy with it.
Yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm saving my comments for the top 5.
Oh.
So if you have been watching What to Watch Live for the last few weeks, there's been lots of hints dropped about the top 5 and a lot of debates over it. Let's go look at the top 5 and get this out of the way. Number 5. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which you can watch now on Disney Plus. That's our other movie that made the top 10. Huge title, and a really good movie on top of that. 4, Hacks on HBO Max. It earned Jean Smart a well-deserved Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. We're all big fans, and we love Jean Smart and the Jean Smart renaissance that's happening right now in Hollywood. Number 3, Olivia Rodrigo, who had a massive breakout year with her album Sour. Not only that, but she performed on the VMAs. She was on SNL. She was just all over. Her songs were on TikTok, were massive, as Rose knows, our resident TikToker. 2, Squid Game, Netflix's massive international hit, which easily inspired the most Halloween costumes this year. I saw so many of those little creepy girl costumes and the masked people. I don't know if they have names. The triangle, square face, they look like PlayStation controller buttons. And number 1 on our 100 list, the best of everything, is Mayor of Easttown, which not only earned Kate Winslet an Emmy, but it was a pop culture phenomenon. Scott with his sip. Pop culture phenomenon that sparked numerous parodies, a special cheesesteak at Wawa locations in the Philadelphia suburbs. The finale was also the most watched episode of any HBO original on HBO Max. It is the number 1 show of the year. Let's have it. Go for it.
I feel like you might be outnumbered here, David.
Wow.
I'm gonna I've had this conversation with you. I unfortunately wasn't there for the full-on brainstorm around the top 100, but I did give some thoughts ahead of time. I think Squid Game should be number 1 solely for the fact that it is a series that kind of broke out. You know, there's no huge actor that was in it. It's a Korean show that, you know, non-English language that is like had this huge cultural impact here within the US. For that reason alone, I mean, representation is really important, and I think that it should be in the first slot. And I know most of us are here from Philadelphia, and like, yay, cool, Wawa, and like murder and all of that. But like, I feel like
let me add, you gave 2 good reasons. I'm super passionate about this. I'm about to go off. And here we go.
Go for it.
So
let's go.
The third reason, this was a global phenomenon. It released globally across the globe that anyone who may not even have heard or even watched Squid Game would know what it was. My mom knew what it was, okay? Nearly 70-year-old. I'm like, hey, Mom, did you watch Squid Game? Oh, yeah, I think it was great. I mean, like, if you know, like, she doesn't know anything. She hardly knows what I do for a living. And she watched Squid Game. I mean, come
Rose,
on.
I don't know what you do for a living.
I think her mom thinks she's a TikTok star.
But I mean, like, nearly 70 years old and hardly watches anything, and she knows what Squid Game is. There were pop-up experiences in restaurants all over the country about Squid Game, and you couldn't get away from people trying to break these little, you know, I don't know, sugar cube like umbrellas and triangles, and you knew what it was, and you didn't even have to watch the show. Liz, back me up here.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I mean, that was and still is the global phenomenon that Rose and both Scott are saying. It was huge in my house. We tried to make those cookies. I mean, I think what's really important here is that it is ushering in and making known a genre that so many people already love. And it's a genre of music, of movies. I mean, the Korean influence right now on both music and TV and movies is massive. And I think honestly, it may have been a miss on our part. But and I saw Mayor of Easttown, so I don't want to say that it wasn't a great show. I just don't think it was greater than Squid Game, for sure.
I completely agree. I loved Mayor of Easttown. The performances were amazing. But Liz makes a fantastic point. I don't think it was. I don't think
better than.
I don't think it was better than Mayor.
So obviously respect all these opinions. Squid Game is number 2. It came down to 2 or 1. There's no denying all the points that you've made. To the point of like ushering in this interest in Korean television. I think Parasite, the movie that was up for Oscars, really did that, and Squid Game is benefiting from that. But I will say that one of the things that we really looked at when we were choosing between 1 and 2 is this idea of Squid Game came out 2 months ago. Mayor of Easttown came out in April. if it was swapped and Mayor just came out now, would we be saying Mayor 100% number one because it's the freshest in our mind? We remember the like fervor and the interest over Squid Game because it just happened, but I think we forget just how big culturally Mayor was when it came to discussing who did it, the outfits, the accents. That it just really sparked a conversation where everyone was watching something, I think, for the first time since Game of Thrones. And yes, Squid Game did that too. But are we just saying it's number one because it's the newest?
I would disagree, only because that's what best of, yeah. Go ahead, Scott.
It's just like we're here in Philadelphia, so we're exposed to more of that media because of our location, and
that's very possible.
So for that reason, I would say maybe take it with a grain of salt. That's the exposure that we had to all of that media and press. Was it just because we're in this location and targeting is ridiculous these days? But I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah,
it's a good point. It was tough. I mean, we really, and full disclosure for everyone out there, Squid Game was in the number one spot when we first did this list. We thought about it more. We swapped it. I pushed to have it swapped.
We thought about it. We
did.
Not only thought about it, we fought about it.
We did. And as a lot of people know who have been watching the show, we argued a lot over where Olivia Rodrigo belongs, where it was a toss-up between Lil Nas X, Olivia Rodrigo, and Drake, where they landed on that list. So no one's going to be completely happy, but I feel really good about this. I feel good with this, at least the top 5. And you swap them around, whatever. I wish some of the other editors who agreed with me were here, because we just happen to get the 3 who don't. But there are others
this was
out
on
there
purpose. This was on purpose, David.
Well, you can check out the entire 100 Best of Everything countdown. And there's a lot of surprises in there. Like, go enjoy, discover something new, and so much more by saying Best of 2021 into your voice remote.